Okay, so let's be real. If you're using an AI like Google Gemini like it's just a fancy search engine, you are missing out on so much of its power. We are about to fix that. In this explainer, I'm going to show you how to stop asking basic questions and start using Gemini to actually learn faster, think clearer, and finally, get your digital life under control. So what's the big problem? Well, for most of us, it's this. We treat AI like a vending machine. You put in one simple question, it spits out one simple answer, and you walk away. That whole one and done thing, it's the exact reason why AI feels kind of underwhelming for a lot of people. And this right here shows you exactly what I mean. On the left, you've got the vending machine. One prompt, one answer. Sure, it's quick, but it's super shallow. But on the right, that's the thinking partner model. This is all about having a real conversation, a back and forth, where you challenge, you refine, and you build on ideas with the AI. That's where the good stuff is. And this is maybe the most important thing to get. The goal here isn't to replace your brain. Gemini isn't here to think for you. It's a tool built to amplify your own intelligence. You let it do the heavy lifting, the processing, so you can focus on what really matters: strategy, creativity, and making those final decisions. It's about upgrading your thinking, not outsourcing it. Okay, so to make that upgrade happen, we've got to break a few bad habits first. Let's dive into the 3 biggest mistakes people make that keep them stuck in that vending machine mode. First up is what I call the one prompt stop. This is so common. You ask one question, the first answer you get is just kind of meh, so you close the tab and give up. Huge mistake. These tools are designed for conversation. If the answer's way too complicated, just tell it, hey, explain this to me like I'm a beginner. If it's too short, say, elaborate on that. You have to keep the conversation going to get to the gold. Mistake number 2 is a big one: blind trust. These AIs can sound so incredibly confident, even when they're totally making stuff up. People call this hallucinating. So you can never ever just assume a fact is true. That's why Gemini's double check feature is an absolute game changer. You just click one button, and it actually checks its own answers against Google search results to see what's real. Seriously, use it all the time. And the third major mistake? Ignoring your own data. Asking about the history of the Roman Empire is fine, I guess, but the real power, the magic, kicks in when you start feeding it your stuff. That messy draft of a project proposal, that super dense PDF you're supposed to read, those random meeting notes, that's where Gemini becomes truly useful. All right, enough with the mistakes. Let's get into the good stuff. Our first practical strategy. We're going to turn Gemini into your own personal simplifier, something that can make sense of any complicated thing you throw at it. So here it is. This is the prompt you need. You can literally just copy and paste this thing. When you upload some ridiculously long 100-page report, this prompt makes Gemini do 2 brilliant things. First, it gives you the bird's eye view. Second, it breaks down the core concepts like you've never heard of them before. It just slices right through all the jargon. And the whole process is just dead simple. Step 1, upload your file. Step 2, use that simplifier prompt we just talked about. But Step 3 is where the magic really happens. You've got to ask follow-up questions. Get curious. Ask things like, can you give me a real-world example of that third point? Or who would disagree with this summary? That's how you go from just reading a summary to actually understanding. Oh, and you've got to check this out. This is an amazing little bonus tip, especially if you're an audio learner like me. Gemini has this feature called Audio Overview. It takes that super dry document and generates a little conversational podcast about it. Sometimes it even creates 2 AI hosts who debate the ideas. It's an incredible way to absorb info on your commute or at the gym. Okay, method number 2. Let's talk about tackling that digital mess we all have. We're going to turn Gemini into your own personal librarian, one who magically knows where everything is in your chaotic digital office. And you can do this because Gemini can plug right into your Google Apps. The secret is that little @ symbol. When you type that, you can call on Google Drive. A prompt like this one tells Gemini to scan an entire folder of your documents and pull out the important stuff for you. It'll spot themes, find action items, and even tell you what tasks are still left to do. I mean, just look at this transformation. On the left, you've got what most of our project folders look like, right? A total mess. But on the right, that's what Gemini can create from all that chaos. A clean, simple, actionable status report. It takes you from a digital scavenger hunt to having a clear path forward. It saves so much mental energy. All right, let's get to the final and, honestly, the most powerful technique.
This is where we go beyond just getting information and start using Gemini for actual reasoning. This is how you truly make it your thinking partner for planning, for big decisions, and for all your creative work. Now, a prompt like this is so incredibly powerful. Notice what you're doing. You're not asking it to write something for you. You're giving it your messy, half-baked ideas and asking it to be your strategist. You're asking for structure and, now this is the really important part, you're asking it to poke holes in your argument, to find the weak spots. What a powerful way to stress test an idea before you commit. A fantastic way to do this is with a feature called Canvas Mode. It's basically this clean workspace where you can paste your writing, highlight any part of it, and ask Gemini for feedback. You can ask for edits, for suggestions, to make the tone more professional. It creates this amazing feedback loop. It's literally like having a human editor sitting over your shoulder, giving you feedback in real time.
So look, if you take away just one single thing from all this, please let it be this. The true power of these AI tools is unleashed when you treat them like a partner, not like a search bar. The quality of the conversation you have dictates the quality of the results you get. It's that simple. Look, knowing all this stuff is one thing, but actually doing it is what matters. So whether you start by simplifying a complicated article, or organizing that messy project folder, or structuring your next big idea, the point is to just start. So I'll leave you with this question. What part of your work, what part of your learning will you upgrade first?